Elara's sadness.
In the heart of a valley surrounded by mist-covered mountains, there lay a kingdom so wealthy that even the cobblestones glittered like diamonds. This was the land of King Alaric, a place of eternal spring and boundless riches. High above, in the tallest tower, Princess Elara sat by her arched window. She was beautiful, with hair like spun gold and eyes the color of a summer sky. But her gaze was fixed on the horizon, filled with a sadness no one could name. King Alaric loved his daughter more than all his gold. He watched her from the shadows of the doorway, his heart heavy. Why does my sunshine hide behind clouds? He wondered. He ordered a feast that could feed 1,000. Tables groaned under the weight of honey-glazed pastries, mountain-high cakes, and fruits from lands where the sun never sets. But Elara only pushed the silver plates away. The sweetest nectar tasted like water to her, for her hunger was not of the stomach, but of the soul. Next, the king brought jewels that held the light of stars, necklaces of sapphires and rings of fire opal. Surely these will make you smile, he pleaded. Elara touched the cold gems. They are beautiful, father, she said, but they are silent. They have no stories to tell me. Determined to break the spell of her sadness, the king decided on a journey. The mountain air of your uncle's kingdom will bring the roses back to your cheeks, he promised. The royal carriage was a palace on wheels. 6 white stallions pulled Elara away from her home through forests and over rivers of silver. Her uncle's castle was not made of gold, but of iron and stone. It was a place of silence and strict shadows. Her uncle was a man of many rules. A princess stays inside, he declared. The world is a maze for the lost Elara. Stay where I can protect you. But the walls felt like they were shrinking. One night, under a silver moon, Elara decided to find her own path. She lowered herself from the balcony, a ghost in the night. She ran until the castle was a memory. The forest was thick, the trees like gnarled giants reaching out to touch her silk gown. In the heart of the woods, the silence was deafening. Elara sat on a mossy root and cried. For the first time, she was truly alone, and the world was too big. But the sun always returns. Morning light pierced through the leaves, turning the scary shadows into a playground of green and gold. There she saw a girl. She wasn't wearing silk, but her smile was brighter than any jewel Elara had ever seen. A sharp sound echoed. Clack, clack. It wasn't the sound of a monster, but the sound of work. Elara followed it with trembling steps. You look like a fallen star, the girl laughed. I am Miri, and I look like you need a friend more than a crown. Miri led Elara up a hidden path. They climbed where the air was thin, and the world looked like a painting below them. At the top sat a cottage of cedar and stone. It was small, but it felt as though it was hugging the mountain. Inside, the smell of pine and baking bread filled the air. Miri's mother welcomed Elara with a bowl of soup and a warm blanket. But the real treasure was in the corner. Shelves upon shelves of books, more stories than Elara knew existed in the world. Elara picked up a book. As she opened the first page, the walls of the cottage seemed to melt away. She wasn't a sad princess anymore. She was a sailor on a ship of clouds, chasing the sun. She was a warrior protecting a dragon's egg in a cave of crystals. "Miri," Elara whispered, "I wasn't lonely because I was alone. I was lonely because I didn't have anywhere for my mind to go."
My dear Elara, you have my full...
The king found them 3 days later. He expected to find a broken daughter. Instead, he found a girl who had found the world.
Oh, don't need it now, Papa.
The king's decree echoed through the hills. Hammers fell not to build higher walls of isolation, but to raise pillars of knowledge. The great library was a marvel unlike any other. It didn't belong to the king alone. It belonged to every child who ever dreamed of flying without wings. Every day, Elara sat in the center of the hall, Miri by her side, sharing the magic she had found in the mountains. Because once you find a story, you are never truly alone. Elara had found more than just words on a page. She had found a sister in Miri and a purpose that gold could never buy. And as for Elara, her story was no longer a cage of gold. It was a bridge to 1,000 worlds, and her journey was only just beginning. The end.